literally about 15 minutes ago, and I'm just starting to put tea on, and we're just having something to eat tonight, jack potatoes, cheese and beans. We're just having that tonight. So I didn't really want to think about doing anything that's mad, lighting, but yeah, so I had a nice day today, and today just proved a point of people's perceptions again in this crazy world, because I woke up this morning, it was here early, obviously, I have to get up very early, but I did get a lift in today, but I still had to get up early, and I did post a picture of the sunrise, and it was beautiful, golden pinky, oh god, it was so beautiful, which obviously just made me smile, because I said yesterday that my rainbow wizard, that you know, it was feeling calm yesterday, calm within myself. I'm making a cup of tea here as well, just grating some cheese. Hi Archangel, yeah, well no, making tea, sorry about the lighting. I'm just making cheese and beans, I'm just doing tea, so for the kids. Yeah, so the pink sky was beautiful. It just cracked me up, because I did get people coming over saying things, and they weren't saying it nastily, because I know one of them, but it did make me laugh, because I was trying to say the other day, everybody has their own perceptions and opinions on things. Yeah, I know it's like a halo, I know. And but there's still too many people in the negative, as we've said before, and it just made me giggle, because there's so many people out there, you'll say something and they'll see the negative in everything all the time. No, it's not helping you fast, yeah. And when I put that picture up this morning, it was to show how beautiful the colours were. Hi Robert, hi Ricardo, how beautiful the colours were in the sky. And someone put, and I know them, so you know it wasn't anything nasty, but I just said, they were going on about a big chemtrail. I was like, I'm not talking about that, I'm talking about the sunrise. The colours in the sky are so beautiful. You know, nature's so beautiful, giving us messages, everything's going to be okay. And, you know, they were like, yeah, but, you know, we just have to point out. don't have to point that stuff out, because we don't get that many like we used to. And that isn't what I was looking at, because I'm not focused on that stuff. And a lot of people still focus on the bad. You know, even people who, you know, we get this in life anyway, but you know, we know there's so much going on. No one can't deny there's so much going on. And I can look at the things that are perceived as shit and not positive, let's say, but I look at it with positive eyes and knowing and being and whatever. I don't even know what the word is, because I know there's something more going on, which is positive, but there's always a silver lining. We've got to remember that. There's always a silver lining. So that's where people go in a split reality of like, I'll put a picture up. This isn't getting at that person, this is just a really good example. I put a picture up of the golden sunrise, pink, golden, yellow, orange, so beautiful. This morning, it's been such a beautiful day today. It's been such a beautiful day at work with the girls. We'll talk about that again. Such a beautiful day. And then you get people banging on about, you know, people will say, oh yeah, but the chemtrails. See the difference? I didn't notice them, there was one, because I don't see it, because I was looking at something else. You know, that outweighs that, and out sort of just rubs it out. Get a big rubber, rub it out. That ain't happening in my reality. And to tell the truth, over here we don't get as many as we used to. And when I'm at work, I write in different coloured pens, because this is my thing now. This one's orange. So I took a pink pen the other day, but I lost it. Someone's got a pink pen, so I don't know if they took my pink pen. That's alright, because I've got a rainbow colour of pens. You can get big pens in all the colours of the rainbow. So today I was orange, yesterday I was green. I was thinking of Archangel Raphael when I was in green, healing. And that's how you can play at work, because while everyone's writing in black and blue, I was there with different colours. Next week I might be, I've got like a turquoise blue, I've got yellow, I've got gold, and I've got silver, because I have to write things down. You know, so that was good. But as I was going around, I got little bits of paper, And I'm walking from warehouse to another warehouse, so I'm outside in the sun and I'm like, oh my god, this is so gorgeous. The birds tweeting. Oh, not thinking about other things, I'm thinking about them things, being aware of my surroundings, of nature. So, and then I wrote, this thing came in, so I just wrote it down very quickly. The benefits I thought, yeah. And I put sun. So the sun's beaming down. We all know, you know, water and sun is good for us, and you know, we're like solar beings, we're also water beings, you know, both work together. You know, think of when the sun reflects on the water and all, you know, all the things that happen in nature. But I just wrote down sunbeam. We are beams. I don't even know if I wrote it. You could be stopping the light with the V. It was just coming in because we know, you know, we get life and energy off the sun, so does everything else. And maybe the V is stopping people getting that sort of, you could say, photosynthesis, sort of good ass energy, if you know what I mean. Because we know that's the thing that they're pushing. But it wasn't really about that. It was just about, we are sunbeams. We're beaming our light out. You know, when we say we're beaming our light out. And someone said today, I think it was Robert, you said something on a comment earlier on, I can't remember what it was, something about, you know, things are happening. Hang on 1 minute. I'm hungry. I want to see he's cooking and we're going to have to wait and put him in the oven now. Okay? So yeah, trying to, hang on a minute, doing tea at the same time. Ooh. Ow. Ooh. So, don't forget to list a bit of Himalayan salt on here. So, hang on. Where was I at? I don't know. Sunbeams. And I think, Robert, you commented, I think it was today, said something about, you know, things happening. We know things happening, blah, 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 blah. Thanks for doing what you do. Something about the light. And I just think, well, we are holding the light out because we're sunbeams ourselves and we have to harness this light and we have to hold it. And again, truth. Light means truth. Light is truth, no matter if it's hard to hear or whatever. You know, some people are going to find it hard to hear. Light is truth. So when we say we're holding the light, to me it means, and it came in today, to me it means that you are, we're keeping the truth going. We're not shutting up and we're not stopping. So when we talk about the things that are going on in the physical realm, people are not stopping, people are waking up. More and more are talking about, you've seen the lovely girls from my area that were talking, so there's younger ones that are awake, there's a lot more. So that's what it means. Holding the light means you're not going to let it go. You're not going to not talk about it to people. If they, I know there's a different thing where we're not shouting anymore, but if people need to know, we're not going to just go, yeah, we're going to forget about that anyway. Do you know what I mean? I was having conversations at work today with a girl about the V and this, that, and the other. She's going, oh, I don't know why, you know, we just get a cold. It's the seasons of, and it's a younger girl. Not the one I was talking about the other day. Seasons change, and I went, exactly, and I get it twice a year. But I'm fine. She went, the government, we just had this chat. So this is where I say, when you're going out in the world, you're talking to people in the world, and I'm being around other people now. And sort of when I'm not saying it, they're saying it, and then I'm joining the conversation of, oh yeah, I'm not shouting, I'm not screaming, I'm just like, yeah, it could be this. Then another lady today at work asked me, oh, do you do tarot and that? Because she knows I'm a bit into different stuff. And I said, yes. And we were talking about spirit realm, and we were talking about, you know, grandparents passing over, and we're having these conversations. So it's beautiful, and I've had a really beautiful day. So I'm just trying to, you know, enjoy what I'm doing at work, even though it's tiring, it's on my feet a lot. But when we're holding the light, it means we're not going to let the truth go. We're not going to shut up. We're not going to sit down. You know, we're not going to just let it bypass by and think, oh well. Even if we're not shouting about it, it's like it's there for when the others start asking the questions. So, did you chat with Phil? No, I sort of said, yeah, I said something about it. I said I might talk to him today. I don't think he's actually got the time. But I may go down at some point, so with my sister. So, you know, even if we just go and see what's going on, but you never know, it might do. But yeah, so I did mention it. So, but yeah, just let me get these in the oven, and then I'm not getting distracted by doing tea, and then I can just. It's cook with me, cook with me. Remember when we made the cheesecake? That was nice. So, getting these in. Where's the? I like to put a crust on my potatoes. I like to smash them, bash them. When they're cooked, I like to bash them so they all go fluffy. Hot potatoes. Right, hang on. 1 minute. Let's get this cup of tea. Yeah, so I don't know what I was actually saying. Oh, maybe, I don't know. Like I said, I don't have that much time now, so it's a bit like, what is time? You know, things changing and going on. But I also want to say, I'm probably going to do a chat on, and I've done it before in the past on relationships, because somebody commented in my comments yesterday, and I did put something back, because I know these people are either bots or they're just low vibing people, because when you actually check their account, and I know some people have that anyway, they've not actually got nothing on it, and you can just tell it's someone who's made a name up or come from another channel and made a name up. You can just tell by the way they're so negative. I'm just sick of negative people. Like I just said before, you'll say one thing, they'll say another, but their thing is always negative. It's never anything uplifting at all. And this person was just going on about, because I was saying about my fella and how, you know, he helps me and this, that and the other, and we've not moved in yet, so this person, but it wasn't because he said that, they said some other things on, some other things about, you don't really know anyone until you move in, so it's all this, that and the other in a relationship, and it's fake, and I'm just thinking, hang on a minute, dickhead. You don't know me, and you don't know me fella, and you know nothing about our relationship, only bits that I tell, which is not a lot, and I don't put him up or anything like that, but I'm thinking, hang on, this is what these people are like. I know that I'm 45. I know you don't truly know someone until they move in with you, but the thing is, this was very different. We got thrown together in lockdown. Very, very different. And there's a difference between what I used to do to what I do now from when I was younger, because we learn lessons about stuff. And I'm not, narcissist is so much fun. Oh, God, I know. And I think I've learned a lot of stuff from when I was younger, and how I used to think a relationship should be to how I believe how to be now. Totally different. So I'll have to find the comment anyway. I was just like, do you think I don't know that? But everyone always has to put a downer when someone's talking about, when I come on here and I'm talking about uplifting things, because I've spoke about, thank you, because I've spoke about, oh, my fella, and if you're American or anything, you don't get what that is, that's my boyfriend. You know, in a good light, you'll always get a dickhead that has to say something different to try and bring it down. Because, as we said before, the people who do that are the ones that are not happy with themselves. And I did put that back. Those people who moan at everything and have to try and bring something down like I wouldn't know that anyway, are the people who are either on their own, not in a relationship, or don't trust people, and all they do is moan. Do you know what I mean? So I just think, jog on, you know. It's just hilarious. Like I said before, you'll see that a lot. People are trying to be uplifting. There's always them moaning people that only see the negative in absolutely everything. I don't even think if positivity or something very good energy smacked them in the face, I don't even think they would see it, feel it, or know it at all, because I think they're just so used to thinking everything's bad. Not everything's bad. There's bad shit going on, and there's bad shit going on, but everything's not bad. Humanity isn't like that. I don't believe in that. We weren't born that way. We were programmed to be certain ways, as we all know. So I'm just, yeah, he's going to Specsavers tomorrow, so he might be saying something different. But you know what I mean? I just think, isn't it sad that people can't see the silver lining in things? Even in shit days, there's always something. Probably isn't when I watch you. You make me feel. Oh, thank you. Is it Anna? Well, that's what I tried to do. It's like at work today, my feet were killing me. I smashed my foot in yesterday. I was talking to Rainbow Wizard and my foot was bleeding. As I was on the phone, I walked into my Hoover, broke my nail. My foot was bleeding, but I just sat down and let it bleed while I was talking. Just carried on. So I've gone to work today with a sore toe, but I have brought myself a foot spa. And it was fine, and it got a bit achy at the end of the day, but certain parts cutting through, see, work at warehouse, certain parts cutting through the warehouse. The sun was out. We have to wait. The sun was out.
First in hungry.
Well, oh my God, you'll be having nothing. As long as that moan thing don't get nothing. So if you keep moaning about your tea, you ain't going to get no tea. Where's your cup? Finn's hungry. He's always hungry because he's growing now. Don't mess with that. Don't want it to fall over. So if you want to say hello, say hello.
Hello.
Why don't you stand over there and people can see
My
you?
name is Tunas,
stand
not
over
Wanda.
there. Stand over there. No,
My-
near the door. No one can see you. You need to stand over there. No, stand back. You're growing.
My name
Yes.
doesn't have one there, it has Tunas.
Your name doesn't have one. It has tuners. Tuners. Do you want? Right, you're going in there in a minute while I'm cooking tea. But because I thought I'd do a chat while I'm cooking tea. Is there anything, messages you want to give to the world, Finn? No, leave that. Any messages? Anything positive you want to say to everybody? No, have you gone shy? No, he doesn't know now. You have to stand there and tell everyone.
My name's not Tunas.
What? His name is with two N's. Right, go on then, take your drink. Take your drink then. Have you got it? Yeah. You've got to find that phone with it. Put these on. What? Find what? Find that phone with it, aren't you? Yeah, so that's why I thought I'd come and film while I was doing tea. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, it keeps doing that Donald Duck noise. I used to do that when I was younger. Yeah, his name's with two N's, not one, so don't put one N because he won't be happy. Oh, there's 11 and 7 in. 11 in chat. Awakening, 7, my number. Yeah, what was I saying? So, yeah, so I'm cutting through the warehouse. And we've got two warehouses. We have to go one to the other. Luckily, probably won't be saying this in winter, but I will. I'll see the silver lining in winter because I will. And the sun was out and I was just, some people get stuck in an office, but because I'm walking through, it's like I'm walking over, the sun's beautiful, it's nice and warm listening to the birds tweet, and then there's some little skylights in the warehouse. So when you go to the top floor, it just feels nice. It feels nice. So, there's little bits in your day where you can make things good and think about different things. And I'll tell you what I did do today. I was unpacking some parcels before we left for work. So I'm packing these parcels. I'm seeing loads of people's different names. I did write in a few, have happy crafting because it's craft stuff and enjoy. But what I was doing, I was putting my Reiki on the parcels. In my head I'm thinking, there's a Reiki energy and bringing some, healing for people's higher selves that will, if they want to receive it, for the, the highest good of them. Anyone who touches this parcel, that being the postman, the people who put it in wherever it goes, and the people who receive their parcels, will get that energy. So that's how I think when I'm at work. I don't think about shit. Thank you, Big Rainbow Wizard. I don't think about trying to get in drama, because you do get people who want to get in drama at work, because we've had you get them stories of there's people out there who like authority, there's people who like nothing better than bullying at work, same as school really, and this, that and the other. I don't think about them things past all that. I'm not interested. It's just work to work. You know, like I said, it's an all right place. It's not nefarious. There's a difference when people say going out to work, it's back in the Matrix. It's a bit like, actually, I've been enjoying it, and it'll help me get a currency of something I can use to put out there that we can do as a family, like this weekend. And it's nice because we get paid weekly, where we can go and do things. That's what it's all about. It's really what you do with your currency. Do you put it towards good things, as in, I don't know, like we need a new tent for camping because ours is broke, so next year we'll get one. And we want a few other things where we can get out in nature and do other things and travel and, you know, we need to teach the postman Reiki. Yeah, exactly. We need a Reiki for. We probably have got them. I bet I won't be the first doing that. But you know, how you're using it to enjoy your life and help others enjoy it while you're living your life and bringing joy and light to people. It's nice. And when I was saying, one of the ladies at work was saying today, "Oh, do you do tarot?" And she went, "Oh, I know someone who's a bit like you." Who said she's what did she say? I can't remember anyway. It's just nice. So, you know, I'm getting on with people, and as I knew I would, because I'm not hard to get on with. You know, I watch people and get used to how they are, and I'm not hard to get on with at all. I am like I am. So, spoke with a postman yesterday. Yeah. So, you know, there's always ways. Like I said, I'm taking different coloured pens to work to make it more enjoyable for me. People might be thinking, what the fuck? Well, I'm not writing in blue and black. And by the way, there was a video about writing in red and not blue and black, because that's what they do. Hi Wilder. So I'm writing in rainbow colours. I need to get one of them pens actually you have as a kid with the different colours on, so you can just press the button down. Because how I feel that day, I'm just going to use the colour. And then I'm going to get myself a clipboard, because I need a clipboard, because it's just easy to hold my papers that I have to look at. And then, yeah, I'm probably going to jazz that up. Jazz it up so it's my little thing that when I see it, it makes me smile while I'm in the mundane. Do you know what I mean? You can do little things that help you, you know, make your day go smoother. I asked him if he was being forced to take his job. He said that's okay because he already had to. Well, you know, there you go. But you know what I mean? So, like I said, it's just funny how people have we all have different perceptions, but not even put the timer on the cooker, just, you know, going with flow. Let me put the light on. So, yeah, so, yeah, so like I said, that's better. People have different perceptions, but the ones that seem to be rife for the negative people, you don't even want to hear what I said on the phone to Rainbow Wizard. Remember last night, Rainbow Wizard, when I was saying about because I hit my toe, I was like, oh, it's all coming out now, you know. Should I say it? Should I dare say the words? Should I say the words that I said? Do you dare me? I thought it was quite, but we did it in a laughing manner, do you know what I mean? It was a joke. But yeah. Because we do have different fractals of ourselves. You know, I get me when I'm being daft, me when I'm a bit sweary, me when I'm a bit, I don't know, losing my brain. Don't know. But I love all the sides of myself. You've got to love all the sides of yourself. This is what it's all. Self-love is about loving all the sides of yourself. Loving the side of you the shadow side of yourself. Loving the side of you that can be a bit judgmental sometimes, because we all are. You know, we're trying not to be, but you know. And at work as well, I always have a inner conversation with myself. You know, when you talk to yourself, I'm always having inner conversations with my inner self. I like having inner conversations with my inner self. I was having inner conversations this morning. I was trying to write it down, wherever it is. Where is it? It's not that one. Where's it gone? Oh yeah. Yeah, and I just put people's perspective, the sun, pictures, you know, I put that up, people saying things, scalloped cards, I was looking at something, whatever. And something else came in, it's you and your universe, you are the universe. That's why there's a you in universe and there's an I in universe, because it's your universe, I, me, you out there, you, me, I, whatever, the I and the you. Soon as I feel myself getting unhappy, I sing all the things bright and beautiful. Oh my God, all things bright and beautiful, the Lord God made them. I can't remember the words, but I've spoke about that before. We used to sing it at school, and when I think about what we actually sang at school, those songs were really uplifting. We've said this before. All things bright and beautiful. Morning has broken. Morning has broken. Like the first morning, blackbird has spoken. Like the first, I can't remember. And that was like this morning. Morning had broken and the golden skies. It was absolutely beautiful. And one of my favourites when I was younger, not that I'm religious or anything, was he's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Because God wins at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm making a cup of tea that's been sat here for about an hour. Oh, thank you. Well, I don't know. He sings evil gospel songs. But yes, I did sort of say, yeah, someone said I should say what I said. Hi, Starlight of Divine, Leona, blessings from Australia, blessings to Australia, Robert, Archangel Michael, Big Rainbow Wizard, Wilder, did I say Robert, who else is in or listening in the background? But yeah, I just said to Rainbow Wizard on the phone, I said, you know, you get these people in the world, they're just, I said it like this, I went, they're the most boring bastards you'll probably ever meet. Motherfuckers have nothing else good to say. Who the fuck would want to be around them? Who the fuck would want to live with someone like that? Do you know what I'm saying? So that's how I sort of said it, and I went, oh, I stumped my toe and it's bleeding, and the evilness just came out. It didn't really, it was just a laugh, but you know what I mean? Because people forget out there that you're actually allowed to have a laugh, and you can make fun of things, and it's okay. It's the way you say it, you know, it's not like meaning it in a nasty way, because that's how I said it. And he was laughing, asking, I was like, the boring motherfuckers. Boring bastards. Yeah, anyway, I'm in one of them moods today, so it's a good job my fella's not coming round tonight. Oh, I'm in one of them moods. Yeah, see, you're all laughing. Try saying that to someone if they're being a motherfucking boring bastard of the monotone, what's it called? Monotone moaning brigade of the Doom Brigade. I think that's what I said to the person, just from the Doom Brigade. Doom, doom, doom. Imagine saying that to someone if you're with him. You just turn around one day and went, oh my God, you, I don't know. Just like that. Just like that. Swear to God, no wonder I don't drink anymore, because I don't know what would come out of my mouth. Can you imagine coming on air drunk? Can you imagine coming on air drunk to those people? I did do it once actually a few years ago, but God, can you imagine? It'd be hilarious. Absolutely hairy arse. It would be a hairy arse. Yeah, it would be funny. You can tell it's Friday. And I'm happy it's Friday. Yeah, John Durham has a Telegram account. That's brilliant. Let's make another brew because that's gone cold. Because I'm stood here yakking in the kitchen while tea's cooking. It's got like 40 minutes. I'm not going to be on for 40 minutes, but thought I might as well talk to you lot. Talk to the people. And you know what? You've got to have a bit of positivity, because a spoonful of sugar helps everything go down. And I don't mean in the negative way of it's not meant to be good for you. Probably can't hear me now. And I've got an Irish tap, because the hot is cold and the cold is hot. I I've got so much to do this weekend as well. Got to put some things together. For a little charity thing for somebody who took their life, a young guy who, you know, it's people's well-being mindset, so sorting some jewellery bits out and stuff for that. So much happening, changing energies, a lot lighter. Yeah, and I was just saying, Leona, that yesterday I said it was karma, tuning in, about in nature, and then this morning in the UK, well, where I live anyway, it was beautiful, golden. Oh my God, it was so, because I'm up quite really early in the morning now, it was just like, oh my God. And I did put a picture on my community page, but I was laughing because 007 came in and said something about chemtrails. I was like, that isn't what the post is about. Can we just forget about that shit, because that's old and like, yeah, whatever. Oh, talking about golden teachers, Finn got a golden ticket from school today. He's had quite a few because he's been a good boy. The golden ticket, Willy Wonka, the golden ticket for the golden age. Have you got yours? Because we've got ours. But yeah, he's been getting the gold card. So I was like, brilliant. Things are going well. I think something might be happening on Monday that would be really nice if it happens, and it means more things are changing, and this house would be a happier household. So there's lots of bits going on. My work coach rang me today and she's all excited and like things are changing and she seemed quite chirpy, and yeah, things. Anyway, I'm waffling. Shit. I'm waffling. Just why I'm making another brew while I'm waiting for my tea to cook. How are you all anyway? It's Friday. Thank Crunchy, it's Friday. What are we all up to this weekend? Because I'm assuming it's going to be nice tomorrow, and if it is, we don't know if we're going to go to the park or do something like that. There's a few bits we've got to do. I've got to do vacay tomorrow because I was meant to do it last night, but I was too tired, and the lady was too tired, so, you know, too tired from work, and I had stuff to do, so I'm going to do that tomorrow afternoon or something. Or we might be crafting and stuff, because we're going to be like really crafting if it was raining, but we do need to craft. There's 17 in chat. Oh, and by the way, this person who put a comment about relationships, I'm going to do a chat on relationships. It was hilarious. It's like I said, this person doesn't know me. I've known my fella since I was 16 or 17. Do you know what I mean? So, but we never really spoke to each other much then, but we knew of each other, and it knows people I know, and my sister and stuff like that. So that's why I say it's really silly when people come and comment about things they don't know about. You know, because I don't have to give every detail out, even though people on YouTube think you have to. And it's like, no, I don't. But yeah. And I couldn't think of a better way to meet somebody in lockdown because of the, you could say the pressures, but I weren't pressured. I loved it. But of everything going on, imagine meeting someone in lockdown with different opinions on different things. Still works though, you know, because when someone knows what your intentions are, though they think you're a nutter, let's put it that way, and you know their intentions are good, even if they can't see some things, it still works. You know, because we've all been there at some point, and you know. But this is why I said yesterday, you're holding the light while you're at work or wherever it is that you do, and you're just holding that. You're holding it. You know, we're beaming it, but we're holding it for when those people come across, because it is going to happen. And more so for the ones who really, really don't get it, because they will be abruptly woken up. Some people say that's unfair, but it is what it is. So, like I said, do you like my moon necklace I made? Nice, have a look into it. I enjoy growing. It's all about growing. I had a conversation with a woman at work today, and we were talking about 17 and 11, the awakening 17. I was saying to her, she was, I can't even remember where we started off, and we just like, well, it's about growing, isn't it? You know, this, that, and the other, and you learn to grow and you learn from your mistakes. Karma is, to me, is just something you keep yourself in if you're not growing from the mistakes or whatever you want to call it. Some people go, it's not mistakes, whatever. If you're not learning from the thing before that you don't like, if you're not learning from it and moving from it and changing it, then it's going to stay the same. So you'll always be in that wheel. Do you know what I mean? Until you learn from it and realise it's not giving you happiness or whatever it is. So that's a lovely note, Christina. I know I don't want to. Yeah, I think I've got one more of these things if I had to make them. I've not done any yet. This was a test, but I will be making some more bits and bobs when I get a chance. And I know you're over on my Instagram, so you'll see bits over there. But yeah, what was I saying? You can tell how tired I am from work. What was I saying? An Oreo, yeah, it bloody would take, yeah, it was an Oreo. I think took a bit bite out of it. Yeah, big switch around. What was I saying? I don't even know what I was saying. Yeah, what was I talking about? The girl in the wet, and we were just talking about, you know, it's all growing and expanding and learning, and you learn them things, and you can look back on your past self and go, bloody hell, what was I thinking then? What was I doing? But you've still got to love that person you were then, because it's still you. And as we say, it's all about the now. It's all about what you're doing now. The now is now. The now is now. Someone said, I was listening to something, I'll have to bring it up because it was on the bus this morning, and that was well early this morning. Oh no, not on the bus, in the fella's car. Not on the bus this morning. And they were saying, you know, we know, yeah, growing from it, yeah. Mistakes just came in then. Mistakes is a mistake. How many mistakes? Oh, I got that picture wrong on my camera. I'm going to take it again. I'm going to take it again until I get it right. A mistake, we know it play on words, is a mistake. Just take that picture again until you get it right. Until you get it right. Until you get it right. Yeah, that just came in. Yeah, get off the karmic wheel. Exactly. I forgot what else I was going to say now. I distracted myself. I don't know. Oh yeah, on the bus this morning. Not on the bus this morning. Not this morning. And we all know, you know, we like to say, we came here, yeah, to a spiritual being, remembering we're human, to be in the physical realm. And this person said, we came here to do that. And they put another spin on it, which is beautiful, as we know anyway, of we came here to learn to be in time and, oh, what are the other words? Time and space, like, you know, time isn't real, but here we're always asking about time, to experience time and certain stuff that we can't experience as a spirit, a being, a light bit, whatever you want to say. But we came here to experience that, so enjoy it. We all know love is to evolve, and that's why I said to this person who's going on about relationships, trying to throw something at me, projecting again, if you don't know anyone until they move in with you, saying that I don't know my fella because he doesn't live with me is pathetic. And I sort of said love, because he said, you know, until then something about it's fake love, and I thought, because this is what I'm going to do a chat on, love means evolve. It's not fake if you're evolving from it and how you are in that relationship. You know, but I'm going to do a chat on that, because I said to the person, thanks for bringing that up with your comment, you know, negative comment. I'll turn that and spin it into a positive of what I've learned in my life as I am 45. I think I know. Do you know what I mean? It's great that people just try and tell you what your life is and who you're with, and if it's not real or something, it's like, Jesus Christ. That's what I mean. It's like, I know I said there was 17, it's like, get a life and go and find your own life. I think it's quite nice to hear me saying that I've got a fella from when I haven't had a fella. And obviously it's going to be mentioned because I am with a fella, so it's not like I'm not going to mention it. I don't need to put him on here or anything, but do you know what I mean? I love your talk earlier about loving people, how the inside shines out. Yeah, it's true. It's true. You will have experienced it, or maybe you're not aware that you've experienced 21 and 12, is people can be good looking and people can be perceived as not, you know, attractive and not attractive in the eyes of the beholder, because beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So it doesn't matter what anyone says to you or another person. It doesn't matter. We're all different. That's what makes us all beautiful. Why the hell would we all want to look the same? That would be really boring. But like I said, that story of the two twins who went out with these guys when we were younger, you know, because you are like that when you're young. You're like, why are them pretty girls going out with them boys that I wouldn't even say they're good looking, you know? That was the sort of thing. But when we got to know the boys, it was like they morphed. They didn't really, but it's because the beauty was within. We all know it's within. You can be beautiful and have a beautiful essence, but there are people who are beautiful on the outside and their essence is ugly. There are people who are perceived as not good looking who become beautiful when you get to know them because the essence shines through and they're beautiful. You know, the beautiful beings, the loving beings. They're not going around doing stuff, being negative, trying to pull people down, trying to bully people, trying to do this, trying to do that. Someone told me about something at work today that I'm not really going to say, but that's somebody who went and used to be a bit of a bully to people that they didn't like at work, that sometimes could get them fired. That's awful. Everyone's going through their own shit. You know, it's immature, it's daft, it's something you probably do when you're younger, but you, as I said, you're supposed to learn from the things, because don't do to others that you wouldn't do to you know, don't do to others that you wouldn't like done to yourself. Easy as. Benefits of working blind. Yeah, they go on about the reset. I mean, there's people who talk about it in different ways. I just sort of see it as resetting your brain. Oh my God, what came in before? Oh, yeah. Anyway, what's the title I put up? Upgrading. That's what came in. Yeah. To me, upgrading, it's the same thing we all talk about, but it's another word, but meaning the same thing. When you're being upgraded, you know, a lot of people talk about upgrades. We're getting upgraded. You know, we're getting ringing in the ears. We're getting people talk about DNA and all sorts. Upgrade means to me, you're being upgraded. Again, it's your realms of consciousness. You're being upgraded when you're learning from the shit you don't want, and you're learning about the things that don't work for you. You're being upgraded when you start to move to love, to compassion, to feeling for others. People, like I said last night, there's people out there and on here that will say they are, but when you watch, they talk about shit. They talk shit on people. They're negative. They're attacking. Because there was something the other day I was talking to someone about something. You get this all over. Those people are not upgrading themselves, because you can tell by the way they speak. It's not love for other people. It's not love for, you know, we've seen and heard people talking about they wish everybody else would die basically on the you know what and all this, and it's like, other way around, who don't have it. We talk about the you know what, meaning we wouldn't get it, but we're not going, oh, I hope all you lot who have are gonna go. Do you know what I mean? We're like, no, we want to help heal you when this all comes out, blah 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 blah. That's loving. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's bonkers. So when you're being upgraded, are you upgrading yourself? Are you working on yourself? When you're at school, and we know what school is, because this is what that person said as well. Oh, the people out there who say they're doing this and they're still sending the kids to school, because my kids still go to school. Nothing to do with it. Just people being lowering.
We're ready.
Yeah, ready.
What we're having?
We're having chocolate cheese and beans.
What? Like potato with cheese and meat.
Yeah. Do you want to do a dance? Do you want to show everybody what you've been doing at dance class? You have to stand there so people can see you. Can't really see then, can they? Oh, he doesn't want to be on camera. Oh, he doesn't want to be on camera. Not that we really do have you on camera, because, you know. Anyway, right, come on, because I've got 5 minutes. Finn, that will... Right, go and get that. Go and find that thing in a minute for me.
Should I go and put it on?
Yeah, you can do.
Okay.
You can do, if you want to. I know he's bored, just waiting for his tea, but I don't like him in the kitchen because it's small and don't want him messing around. So yeah, if you're upgrading yourself, like I said, it's like at school, and this person commented on the school You know, mentioned on school because, you know, my kid still goes to school. It's got nothing to do with it. Those places will change in the end anyway. It's not all the people at school. I know about that. I worked at them myself, so, you know. But when you're upgrading, talking about school, we know it's a programming system, not daft. Depends what you're doing at home as well. You know, he's programmed. He's very, he knows everything. Yeah, so when you're upgrading yourself, it's just think of like, if you're doing a course, at school, you get a grade. Now, we all know that's bullshit, but I'm just saying this as an example. You don't really mean really. You're getting a grade. Are you upgrading yourself, or are you lower grading yourself? Because did we go from, you know, this grade, that's when you can talk about chakras if you want, but a grade here, do you want to climb the grades to be a better person? I'd love that. I'm doing that. You know, upgrading is upgrading yourself to be a better person. So all this, you know, and I do believe it's happening. People go on about solar flashes, this, that, and the other. I think that's already happening. It's the photons within us, the photons of light that I think are coming in, and maybe that stops it. I don't know. I'm just saying, and maybe that stops it coming in. But I see that as yeah, gematria is brilliant. I see that as you know, it's helping to upgrade us. It's nature anyway, but, you know, bringing the light in. But are you upgrading yourself to be thinking in a different way and being open-minded and, you know, more to love and not fear? Because you're not upgrading yourself if you're in fear and you're screaming and shouting and, you know, you're in them lower realms, like we say, the chakras, because, yeah, in the matrix, because that's not upgrading yourself. So when people talk, to me, when people talk about, you know, ooh, the light's coming in or solar flashes, it's just all this energy that's changing us, and it's making people realise when they do wake up to truth, they want to be a better person. They don't want the stuff going on in the world. So, like I said, we're not shutting up and sitting down because it's not going to be pushed under the carpet. And then we look at ourselves, because this is what happened. We look at ourselves. We look at what we've done in the past, how we've been with people. That's all learning. It's not a bad thing. You learn from it. So you're upgrading. Every time you become a better, more loving person, you're upgrading yourself. When you come away from fear, arguing, all that sort of lower stuff, chakras again, you're upgrading yourself.
I think it's on now.
Finn, I'm not doing tea because you keep messing about. Can't do tea if you keep coming in the kitchen. So, when we talk of it in them terms, easier terms, because some people might get confused with going, oh, what's all this going on? And people use these words, which we do like to use these words, because most of us in that community understand it. But for people who don't, it's just upgrading. You're upgrading yourself. You don't have to upgrade yourself. You don't actually have to wait for anything to upgrade yourself. Oh, I'm going to sit here and wait for... You're doing it by doing the work, being aware of your consciousness and observing how you speak and act and do for people. I said this before, it's nothing new, but there's a lot of people that still don't get that, you know. Yeah, thanks for coming in. Yeah, one week, whoa. Yeah, thank you for coming in. Images of tattoos on fingers. Some of them disappears beneath the surface. Reaching out and give close friends. That went right over my head, Rainbow Wizard. Hi, National. Yeah, we'll have to have a meeting, won't we? We'll have to have a convention of the Yakatars. I don't know. You're not even making it a convention, you know, you find a massive hotel somewhere, people pay their own way to get there and you all meet up, do you know what I mean? You just never know. You never know. Secret society's mainly bad. No, I wouldn't say they all are. I believe there's people in who are good. And I always see it as there's dark and light in everything. And that's a bit like what's going on in the world. It's not everybody in the mainstream media. It's not every celebrity. They've been had to shut up about things, as we know. And there are those sides that war with each other. But you got to remember, there's lots of things they called esoteric and this, that and the other, and things that are in the dark, because some things went in the dark that they didn't want us to know, but also there's things that went in the dark out of people's knowing and sight, because it was hidden, because they were hiding it from their shite asses in the other secret societies. You know, they were trying to hide it because they steal everything, revert everything as we know, and use it. So, like I've said, energy is energy. It's neither good or bad, but it's who learns about the energy, or if something was given to you, that side have used it for weaponry on people, as we know. But if you were good, you would use it to Nikola Tesla, let's say, pump out through the Nikola Tesla towers a frequency, which I personally believe that's what the pyramids were, the Mayan pyramids and blah, blah, blah. And even when I look at, you know, we know about the masks out there, we know about the pylons, but I was even looking at the pylons thinking, yeah, I know what they're for, but, you know, and we know church spires have metal bits in the spires because, you know, they're receiving energy. I mean, why are they pointing up to the sky? You know, magnetism and electrical, you know, earth, magnetism and air, electric, do you know what I mean? And it all affects us, because everything affects us. Everybody's energy affects us. The planetary luminaries in the sky affect us. Everything affects us. So that's why you've got to be careful with your own energy and know who you are and what your true energy is. So why does evil play if they've lost? Well, think about it. Evil, let's say, that side. Some people get very triggered when you say they. We hold the chess piece. They have lost, but like I've said before, there's that quote where they know, but they don't want to put it out because they're still sleeping people. So it doesn't matter. They will fight to the death. They will carry on regardless till the end of the end, even when things have been seen, because that's just how they are. Because if there was a slight chance they could pull it back, they would, but they're not. So they still play, because that's just what they are. They'll play to the very end, just in case there was a slight chance, but there isn't a slight chance, because what's different about today than years back when people knew is the people weren't awake of them in mass that are awake now, and it's only getting bigger and bigger, as we all know, for the ones who are seeing it, observing it in all sorts of different ways, not just on here, in real life. People are talking. This is why a young girl said today at work, who's not from England, she's from Poland, and she was like, but I'm doing the accent now, I don't know, she's like, but the technology today helps people get things out. And she said, I do not believe this bullshit. She said, she's only young, she's only 24, she's like, I do not believe this bullshit. She said, the technology helps now because people can see. And I've said this before, back in the day, you might have been riding on a donkey, trying to get to over there, and then on a boat, and then on something else, to put the word out. Took a long time, but we're a bit more advanced than that. We're actually a lot more advanced than that, but do you know what I'm saying? So obviously it can't be stopped. And if you don't know the story of the Darklings, they use the technology against us, like online stuff, the platforms, to steal our basically spy on you and all that shit that most people know, the whole world, because he wanted us to be like China, you know, with all that going on, face recognition and all that, you know, that's why they do all this shit. But what they didn't realise was, oh shit, they made a mistake, because we started talking and communicating and finding vibe tribes and speaking, and it's a domino effect, and it can't be stopped because they still need it and use it and the world uses it, so it can't really be stopped. That was the biggest mistake that they did. The biggest thing, just like you said, the stuff they used on us is being used on them. They can also be spied on and found out, and that's what's happening. So, you know, and I've said before as well, they can't go back on what they said. It's like mainstream media. They can't go back on what they said because they put it out to the world, so the world will know that they're lying. So they carry on. But the funny thing is, the more shit they put out, the more people are waking up to the lies. This is what Trump and Q said, that, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. Either way, they've lost. They know this, but they'll carry on, because they're thinking, oh, maybe people won't see, but we do. So either way, as we knew a while back, those people into number 17, you don't have to be into it, it's just a tool that help people see, is either way, they're digging their own hole and their own grave to get in at the end of the day when we bury them. Do you know what I mean? So carry on regardless. That's why we're saying it doesn't matter either way, because it's happening. They can't go back on what they said. That's like people when people lie. and then they have to keep carrying on with lies. I see a lot of that about, because if they, if they don't, or they don't carry it on or whatever, everyone will know that they're lying, so they carry on with it, but they get seen in the lies because they get caught in it and people see it. And I'm seeing a lot of that going on. It's quite interesting to watch because they just get caught in the lies, and it's plain for people to see. So either way, people are waking up. So easy as, yeah, easy as. Yeah, well, I think DNA, God's message is you've all got a piece of God within you, because you've all got a piece of God's source within you, and it's within us, and that's why they always try and ruin us and just do the whole thing with the kids, if you know what I'm talking about, with the essence and shit like that, because it's the God seed, Some of them could learn how to love, but a lot of these people haven't been shown how to love. So if you grew up, you've got to remember there's a bit of compassion in a sense. Forgiveness, you don't forget. Forgiveness as in, if you were brought up that way, and that's how you thought the world was, you probably grow up thinking the world was that way. That's why there's so many people out there who even haven't been brought up in them families, and they're just very negative because maybe the household was negative, maybe the parents were negative, maybe the people they hung around with were very negative. So they see the world as very negative, so nothing around them changes with that negativity. Like I was saying, the Doom Brigade, like I said, what you focus on is what you bring in. If you're around that sort of environment, I doubt you're ever going to see anything positive. I'm used to being around mostly positive people, or at least they're trying anyway. So it's easier, but that's like saying, but you can change that any time. If you're hanging around with people who are doom and gloom, why are you hanging around with people who are doom and gloom? Ah, Charlie, yeah. Well, that's a bit like a thing with chuck away society, isn't it, with that sort of thing. But when you're upgrading yourself, you sort of do that because you're letting go of the past, and you're letting go of things that you don't need anymore. You don't need them. The upgrade falls, like we all say, computer game, you're moving up to the next level. You're taking things with that you need for the next level. I don't play games, but I understand my son does. You're moving up to the next player level, and you accumulate different attributes and things on that level, and you don't need the ones from before because they don't work in that realm. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Did you see people? No, I don't watch stuff like that. I don't. No. Are we talking about how to create a narcissist? Yeah, too many unicorns out there who think they became enlightened and stopped doing the work. Now they reside in a state of purgatory. Ascension involves constant work. Exactly, and that's the biggest thing of what Rainbow Wizard said. Too many people out there who think they're unicorns. They think they've done all the work, and then they stay there. But it's constant work, and this is what I say, when you're upgrading yourself, you'll upgrade yourself again, you'll upgrade yourself again, because life is all about doing that, working on yourself. Like we've all said, it's a growing process. It's letting go of everything. It is personal development, and it'll always be that till the day that you pass over and go into energy, and then what we're doing then, probably learning again there, or wanting to come back to learn again. It's all, progress, learning, acquiring your own knowledge for yourself. But yeah, what Rainbow Wizard said is that what it is. It's constant work. A lot of people think they woke up years ago and they've done stuff, and then that's where it stops. They don't have to do anything else. It's not. It's ongoing. Yeah, but Wilder, have you come into Troll? I don't really know. We all know about that. It's nothing new. You're only a slave if you're saying you're a slave. We know that's what they've done and what they've wanted and what they try all the time, and they push, but it just depends on how you behave in that. I don't talk about that because I'm not. As I said at the beginning of this, too many people constantly going on about the negative all the time. You are what you say you are. Yeah, but you're obviously new to my channel. It's not I've done all that. I've spoke out, shouted out. It's not where my channel's at anymore. So, like I've said to people before we do that, you need to go on another channel that scream and shout, because you will learn from that as well. That's not all about that. It's happening anyway. But like I said, Wilder, I know about that. Been down the rabbit holes. I know. It's also what you do with your time. Yeah, it's fine. I'm just saying, people have got to get used to that. I don't talk about them. I know about that, but it's also about how you control your life. And I'm not being funny. A lot of people think that they shouldn't be doing certain things. They shouldn't be working. They shouldn't be doing that. It's in the Matrix. It's not about that. It's about how you're doing it, why you're in it. It's about how you're here in the world. You are in the world, but not of the world. But how are you playing it while you're in it? People are still going to be working, but are you in a job that you like? Are you in a job that you've just found out's nefarious? Well, get out of it. Are you in a job that you like? Do you like the people you work with? Can you shine your light while you're at work? Can you give that light to people? Can you be joyful at work? Can you be the one who smiles at work? There's a lot of miserable bastards out there. Can you be that person who brings some sunshine to your workplace? Because it helps that environment change. Imagine going to work and everyone's a miserable bastard, because that person's a miserable bastard, so that person is, because nobody smiles at each other. You're going to go in work like, oh God, everyone's miserable. I hate it. But if you can change that, it starts to change. And this is why I've told a story about where a guy went to work and he was a Reiki. He did Reiki on the side, but he had a job as well, because he needed a job. You know, people sit there going, don't need a job. Yeah, you do need to pay your bills at the minute, so let's not talk bullshit. Whatever, until that changes. If it does, whatever. It's not about that. It's about, are you happy at the place? Are you in a place that isn't working for the dark side? Do you know what I mean? Are you happy there? So this guy did that on the side. I can't remember where he worked. It might have been just like somewhere like Morrison's or Asda, I don't know. But he didn't really like the boss, and he didn't mind work. But when he got home, he did the other things that made him happy, and he did a bit of Reiki on the side, and he loved that. And it was all right. But he said the boss, you know, he didn't want to be around the boss, because the boss always got him to do things, and he just tried to hide from the boss all the time, which made it worse. It's that resisting the boss. Therefore, the boss spots you, feels that energy, wants you to do everything. So I can't remember what happened, but he started thinking different. So he went into work happier. You know, it's only people that try to bring you down. You don't have to be like that. That's their problem. If they're being a miserable bastard at work, it's nothing on you. If the boss is a miserable bastard, that's them in their life. You just keep projecting out and thinking, I'm not letting that get to me. So he went in work and was projecting it out and started talking to the boss and being friendly and saying morning in the morning. Yeah, mindset, because I don't think you say morning in the morning, and just being jolly. Well, the boss started changing, and then the boss asked him, well, why were you always so, you know, like, standoffish? And then they had a good relationship. Then he loved going to his mundane job, and then he had his thing that he fell back on later. It's that thing as well. If you've got a job, you know, you're doing something, do you have something after you can fall back on that brings you joy? You got to remember, the people who work the hardest out there, people get jealous when they work hard, and people have things. Well, that's because they work hard for it. Are you making your job miserable because, say, you're at work and there's some people that don't think the way you do, so you hate it? There's girls there that do and don't. But I'm going in work like, I'm just thinking about other stuff, and I'm thinking, well, how can I try and be jolly at work with things going on that'll just bring it a bit easier for the people at work? Like I said, if you're all a miserable bastard at work, everyone's going to be a miserable bastard. Think about that person that, if you've gone to work and they're always jolly, and it might get on people's nerves, but it makes you feel better. And this is the upgrading again. Work towards being that person that gets on people's nerves because they're jolly. I'd rather get on people's nerves for being jolly, because I obviously do trigger people, than going to work and getting on people's nerves for being a nasty bastard. Do you know what I mean? Why? Because people don't really like you. Do you know what I mean? So, and not that it's about people liking you, but why would you want to pull other people down and do stuff and be a bully and blah, blah, blah? Why would you want to do that? I wouldn't. Yeah, it's good to clear the air. That's why we communicate. That's why me and my fella communicate. If we've got something thinking, we'll always communicate, because people get things crossed over and mixed up because people think different. And that's the whole problem with today as well. People use different words that sometimes mean the same, or they think that someone's not doing something because they didn't do it the way they did it. They have expectations on people. Just because I say something and I do it in a different way doesn't mean the other person's not doing it right because they do it a different way. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, nasty is toxic. It is toxic. It does nothing but saps people's energy. It makes people feel like shit. Some people thrive off it, feed off it, the vampires. They love it. Only because that's what they know. That's the only way they know to get their energy. But if they actually went to love and tried being nice, they'd get more out of it and realise by being nice, you do get more out of it. Not that that's why you do it, but you'll get more lighter energy. You'll feel better yourself, and you'll just start naturally being nice because you know if you've experienced being a knobhead, it's not good. It ain't good. It's not energising. It's just, you just stay in that realm, and it's not very nice. You don't move forward. You don't grow. You don't evolve. You don't do jack shit really when you're in that sort of energy. And nobody really wants to be around you. So, you know, I'm a people person. So, I'm looking for me. I'm a people person. I like being around people. I like talking. Hence, that's why I'm always on air chatting, because I'm a chatterbox. Nothing wrong with that either. I've seen people talk about me going, oh, you know, people who talk too much, they should be quiet. It's like, I have enough time to be quiet within myself. I'm a chatterbox by nature, so I'm not going to pretend to be something I'm not. I'm not going to go all quiet and sit in a corner and, you know, because that isn't me. That isn't me. People would be like, Janine's gone quiet. You all right? Yeah. No. So, some people like chatty people, some people don't. You know, I'm not a loud person, as in, you know, you get loud people who scream and shout and are very loud and annoying in that sense. I just like talking. I like having conversations. And I like helping people through conversations as well, so nothing wrong with that either. So I've done my jacket potato, and they've got a cross in them. So what I do is I put it in I'm putting it in it's hot. So I'm putting it in this, and I'm going to smash it. Yes, let's whack the dark side. So I'm going to just mush it, like, on there like that. Oh yes, get some tension out, so I smash it. So it smashes it all up, smushy mushy. So it sort of, it mushes it off. Put a bit of butter on. I will be going soon because I'm getting tea out now. If he hears it, he'll be in here. Thought I'd share tea time with you. And we've got a proper bit of butter, not margarine. Margarine is shit. Waste. Being naughty. Potatoes, cheese and beans and butter. But some people will say, oh, this, that and the other, and I'm like, well, I don't feel, and I don't, you know, start going, oh my god, I shouldn't have had this, I shouldn't have done that. It's fair. So, yes. Don't know where I'm at. My head's up my arse today. Well, like I said, what I'm trying to say as well, work's been really nice. I really enjoyed it today because it was a Friday as well, but I'm appreciating things more because I'm at work, because when I was off for a while due to certain circumstances, chatting is healthy and normal. It is. That's why they didn't want us chatting and conversing, obviously, with the you-know-what. I don't know, we're not having dessert. I don't think we've got anything, an orange. But yeah, and it's making me appreciate the time I do have when I have the time, like with Finn and stuff like that. Before, it was easier to get stuck in a rut with things sometimes. Be a bit lazy as well. That's why I said I've got to get my house into check now, because things can get left more because, you know, I hate saying time, because what is time? But like I said, we came here to experience time down here. Hi Rachel, how are you? But it makes me appreciate it more. It actually makes me appreciate people in the packing centres when they're sending you parcels, because I know sometimes how you can get things confused with different things, with the way you can't see some of the stuff on the packaging. I'm not even going into it, but yeah, I appreciate some people who work in that sector now as well. Sometimes you get things think, oh my god, man. I'm thinking, But I've been enjoying it, because I'm not going in the mindset of being a miserable bastard and trying to make things harder on myself. You know, yes, my feet hurt. You'll hear me moaning about that. You will hear me moaning about being a moaning bastard about my feet, because I'm not used to it. But it is a physical job, as you're on your feet constantly. But I've ordered myself a foot spa So my feet will be in that every night. So that's the silver lining. I'm getting a foot spa. I did have one ages ago, but I'm getting a new one, infrared on it and everything, and a massage thing on it. Get the Epsom salts in there, crystals, flowers, oils. Oh yeah, I'll be sending it away, my foot spa. Sure, it's lovely. Yes, it's coming in a minute, so, you know. Yeah, oh yeah, I could get some insoles actually. Yeah, that's a good idea. I've got some Crocs. They're really, really comfortable. It's they have like button thing. That's really rude. Right, I'll put yours in the bin then, shall I? I'll give it to the people on YouTube. Don't be rude. But yeah, what was I saying? I know he's waited a long time for his tea. He's had a snack obviously, but because I get in later. His brother does his tea for him, but tonight I was like, I'll do it. So yeah, what was I saying then? Getting distracted. Oh yeah, moaning about my feet. So even with a sore bloody foot today, I went to work. So you know, I'm looking forward to that. See the silver lining in. I'm getting that, and that's that. You know, it's all good. Like I said, me and my fella and my eldest are trying to work together to make things happen, so it's a lot easier on each other, because that's what you're supposed to do in a relationship, help each other and support each other. It's not one-sided thing. Like I said, I'll do that chat. I might come on later on and do a chat, I don't know. See how I feel. I don't even know what time it is. What time is it? I'm going to have tea and watch a film with Finn. I might come on later. I don't know. If I'm not, it's because I'm just tired. But you never know. I might get a spurge of energy. Our house song here is humble and kind means the world. Oh, yes. That's nice. Appreciating those around us, doing the work. We don't care. Keep us humble and our ego in check. Yeah, and that's what it's about, getting our ego in check. Much to discuss. We've discussed a lot on this channel. If you're new, go back. But yes. But the most thing is joy. Like I said, I'll be showing you a bit more art. I'm hoping to have a bit of an arty session. Your painting, Richard, check him out on Instagram and his thingy. That was beautiful. It reminded me of, it resonated because it reminded me of the cosmos. And the thing reminded me of a spore, a planet or something. Or some people could even say it looks like that. But it could be our virus, do you know what I mean? Like the light. I can't really say what it reminded me of, but it just resonated. And I was like, wow. The pictures in it that you asked people for was really, really lovely. It's inspired me to sort of do a chuck your paint. I don't mean chuck your paint on your canvas, but do you remember when I did the elephant that Indigo bought off me? 17 and 17. Yes, which is 8. 8, infinity. 17, 17. 17 people, 17 thumbs up. So when I did the elephant, that was a mishmash, and then it turned into an elephant. I know you do it different because yours merges. I painted round it because I saw something. So yeah, it's great. Like I said, we'll have to try and get some art stuff together. But like I said, I've got to work things out different now because different shit's going on in my life. And I tell you what, another good thing is that the young girl said today. She was on the bus on the way home, and she was like, you know what, people go on and they try and do this to people and try to do that, and people try and cause drama, and they don't know what's going on in other people's lives. Or they say, oh, people could be like this and people could be like that, and then you realise we've all got shit now. Shit going on that we've got to deal with. So like I said, I think people think when people are positive that they don't have shit in their lives that they're dealing with. They do. I do, but it's the way that I deal with it. It's the way that you think on things or don't think on things, or moan about it or keep thinking on it. When people, get down about stuff, that doesn't help you anyway. I know it's hard, but I just don't think that way. It is what it is till you choose to change it. Most people get down about stuff because they're constantly thinking about the same thing and they just don't move from it. And it's like, well, you don't need to be... Why are you thinking about it? It's not now, is it? It was whenever it was. Finn? Yeah? Do you want to go and tell Tyler tea's ready?
Give.
Go and tell Tyler tea's ready, please.
Tyler, tea
Ooh.
Tyler!
It's alright, I'll have to put it in the thing. He'll have to nuke it if he's not.
Tyler, the tea's ready! Tyler!
It's alright, Finn, just leave
Tea's
him.
ready!
Just leave him now, don't matter. Where's all the national books gone?
Tyler stole them.
Huh?
Tyler stole them.
You what?
Tyler stole them, I said.
Tyler stolen.
Yeah.
Can you get off that before you break it, please? Right. Right, Finn, do you want your tea or not?
Yeah.
Right, can you stop messing? Where's your where's your knife? Where's your fork?
Hey,
No, not that one.
these two. Oh,
Right, go and take that in there, please.
oh.
Go on. You can get this. Finn, do you want a tray? So we've got stuff on our table at the minute, so that ain't gonna happen. Please. Thank you. So, I'm gonna go. Actually, it's gonna be really naughty and stick this in the microwave. Yes, I know it's naughty, but you know. I'm hungry. And I need my tea. Tea at 7 or whatever time it is. So, yeah, so I'm gonna go. If you have a down day, I work through it as I don't want to project it onto others. Exactly, there's a lot of people that have down days, and it's all right to have down days. We all do. It's just like I said before, you just don't have to stay in it forever. You can sit with it. You don't have to stay at 18 and 18. We've had 17 and 18. JK Jr. Yes, Hertz does help. 432. 528. There's loads, but you do have to be careful with them. Now we've got 17 and 18. We've got Mr. T and Mr. R over there. Funny. But yeah, you just don't sit in it for ages, and you work through it. You don't project it on people, because that's what a lot of people do. They have a shit day and they have to give everyone else shit because they're having a shit day. We've all done it, but this is again about learning. Start to learn to sort yourself out before you speak to people and stuff, so you're not projecting and giving people shit for you having a shit day. If you get what I'm saying, that's upgrading yourself, is learning, going, oh, I'm having a bit of a funny day, right? I'm either going to stay a bit quiet, I'm not going to think, because I don't want to put this horrible energy out on other people when it's not their fault. And that's why people get triggered, and that's why people will say things sometimes they don't mean, and they wish they hadn't said it to a family member or whatever it was, just because they were having a shit day or something in their life's not going right, and they're not dealing with it. So they put it on others, which then is the domino effect of making someone else feel like shit. And then they might have a go at someone because they're feeling like shit because you made them feel like shit. That's why we say doing nice things, going to work, saying morning, saying some kind words to someone because you don't know what day they're having could help someone. Is they do that, high level, and then it sets that other person off, and then that other person could say something nice to someone because you've set them off in a good vibe. That's how it all works. So be mindful and aware of what you're doing. It's like a girl at work, there's a younger girl, she has this loud music on. She won't put earphones on or anything. Because the other day, if she comes in and I just say something, just to say, you know, people are unaware of what they're doing. It's about being aware. If you're not aware, then you're just going to carry on with your shit. And then, like I said, you wonder why shit things are happening and people don't want to be around you. So, you know, these horrible energies are projected on us, and we need to sort ourselves out the rip. Yeah, like I said, before I go, you've got to know who you are and what your energy is opposed to the energy that's coming in off different areas, retrogrades, planets, people, animals, things around us. You know, energy's everywhere because that's all everything is, and you get affected by it. So that's why you've got to put your sort of, you know, you protect, if you could say, shield of God up, you know, your shields, your golden bubble, whatever it is that you do, because it doesn't matter, whatever it is that you do. And know thyself, you know. Think if someone's having a go at you at work or with a matter, just think, brush it off, because that, you know, that's just them having a problem. Tomorrow they'll probably be in a better mood. You know, when you catch someone in a better mood, like someone said today, oh, the boss wasn't very smiling today. I went, I've caught her smiling, and I got a little gift today. I got a little gift, I'll show you. Now, Finn's used them already because I was going to save them, but this is the picture of these little stamp things, little robot stamps, because we're going to watch something robots and a bit little kiddie thing. And I was just saying to her, oh, you know this, you know, how can I order because we get a percentage off? And she was like, sometimes when they have out of stock, we get a chance to have it before it goes in the bin. But I don't know what, I don't think this one was, I don't know, but she just went, oh yeah, you've got to order through the site and all this. And then she just went, here, you can have it as a gift. So someone saying, the boss never smiles at me, that's what someone was saying at work. I went, I've caught her smiling, you know, I've been quite friendly. And I got this today, so, you know, how you are affects other people. There you go. So I'm going and get my tea because I'm starving, and I will see you all soon. Yeah. So, like I said, have a great weekend. I think the weather's going to be nice. I may be on after, I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll be drawing. Because I've been on here quite a long time while I'm cooking tea because it took that bloody long. So remember, we're upgrading ourselves to being a better person. It's a lifelong journey and it's a lifelong personal growth. That's what it's all about. Yes, thank you, Wilder, for coming in as well. You know, I always say a few things that I don't go on about that stuff anymore, but you're welcome to come in. So I will see you all soon. Thank you. Bye. And we'll leave on to number 17.